welcome back to my channel. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Make sure you hit the like button once you have identified what life zone you're operating in. Make sure you hit the subscribe button to keep up with future videos on self-awareness and self-love. Today, once again, I want to go ahead and talk about what life zone are you operating in. Are you in your comfort zone? Or are you operating in your learning zone, your growth zone, or your fear zone? These are four very important aspects of life that we have to become aware of. What is self-awareness? I probably already explained this in another video, but I wanted to reiterate. Self-awareness is kind of self-explanatory, being aware of yourself outside of other people, knowing that your thoughts and your actions are aligning with your internal standards, what it is that knowing what it is you want, what it takes to get there. You can clearly identify your strengths and weaknesses, and obviously practicing self-love requires you to be self-aware, because how are you going to love on yourself if you don't fully completely know yourself or not being honest with yourself? So the first one is the very popular one, the one that I know we all know and we've all been in and probably constantly are in a lot of the times as human beings, is the comfort zone. This is our safe zone, our safe space, our safe haven. This is where we take very little risk, but there's also very little return on accomplishments also. Your comfort zone is a very, very, very dangerous space to be in as a human, as an individual, as a mother, a parent, a sister, a woman, a man, as an individual, period. Being in the comfort zone is a very, very dangerous place to be. There is no room for growth. If you're basically just stagnant in life, you're probably mentally, physically, and emotionally stuck in the same place that you've been in probably since you were a teenager, or for much older people, probably still stuck in your 20s. The second one is the next level. It is the next step. It requires, it is like a little bit of action. In the fear zone, this is where you have plans, you have goals, you kind of are becoming a little self-aware and may say or write down things that you want to do, but this is where your opinions, your self-confidence, your self-doubt, and everything lives also. So you're coming up out of your comfort zone by trying to move forward, but you're still living in your fear zone of procrastinating, blaming, overthinking things, probably constantly taking other people's criticism and opinions to heart way too often. You're probably very self-opinionated. You probably do like a lot of self-sabotaging when it comes to maybe your fitness goals or changing your eating habits or whatever it is you're attempting to do. You're letting everything, internal and external enemies, basically cloud that space. I'm okay with being in the last two zones, which is the learning zone and the growth zone. Obviously they kind of play hand in hand, but being in your learning zone is where you're overcoming your doubts, your fears, your insecurities. You're starting to take action, you're starting to learn new things. You're still a little, iffy and rocky on figuring out exactly what it is you want to do, but this is where you're becoming more self-aware, because now you're leaving your comfort zone and you're trying things. This is where you maybe are taking more trips. You may be looking at different type of podcasts that are outside of the norm, Netflix shows that you're used to stream and binge watch. Basically, you're extending your comfort. This is where you're probably constantly bumping your heads, running into problems, but you're learning to solve the problems also at the same time. This is where I would say like a lot of hard work, dedication, consistency, and discipline comes into place in this zone, because as you're running into problems, are you letting those problems put you back in the fear zone, or are you allowing those problems to constantly help you elevate and grow? Okay, now the last one, number 4, is your growth zone. Obviously, it's really self-explanatory. Your growth zone is where you're growing as a person. You're getting to learn yourself. You know the things you want. You know the things you're good and bad at. You are very self-aware. You know your strengths and your weaknesses. You're living your dreams. It's okay to still be learning at the same time, like I said, once you're in this zone, because life is basically just an ever-growing process. You're achieving goals, but you're also not letting that put you back into a fear or comfort zone. You're basically constantly setting new goals. You're constantly thinking, okay, what's next? You're constantly growing. You're walking in more confidence, basically. And I'm going to do a separate video teaching you different ways to help boost your confidence and how people know you're confident also. Write things down. Tell yourself, where am I at? What do I want? Where do I want to be? What is it going to take to get there? How can I become self-aware so I can start practicing self-love? Because to me, I don't care how old you are. Your age is not going to determine whether or not you're grown. Just to me, that's just my opinion. I don't care how old you got, how much experience you have. If you're not really doing work on yourself and constantly growing and elevating your mind, body, and spirit, you're not grown to me. You're not really growing. If you're still doing the same things, eating the same things, speaking the same way, behaving the same way as you were when you were a teenager, it's like there's really no growth there. All right, that's it. That's all I have for today, you guys. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I told you guys this would be a short, quick video. Make sure you subscribe for future videos. Mwah.